Well, I know a thing or two about being thrown under the bus. It's one thing to have someone come up behind and push you. It's yet another skill level or skill set to get someone else to volunteer to jump in front of and under the bus. And here's a heads up for all the number crunchers and button pushers behind the scenes who are more than happy down the road to use the excuse that they're just doing their job. Well, boys and girls, it's not your job to subvert the Constitution. Because if you realize it or not, that's exactly what you've been doing. With your attack on free speech and the First Amendment, using the excuse, and this is the beauty of this bus job that's coming up, that it's our platform, we should be able to do what we want with it. When the First Amendment and the Constitution applies across the line, and if you're in violation, you're in violation. And claiming that you're a private corporation ain't gonna cut it in a court of law. But I digress, because that's not what this video is about. Yesterday, the Democrats came out and announced an impeachment investigation against the president. Suckers. They have been played, and they took the bait on this particular bus job, hook, line, and sinker. They're not going to be able to claim a political hit job, which was their strategy going in, when they're the ones who are going to be dragging the evidence out in front of the American people. I'll give Joe Biden a little credit. At the very least, he wasn't willing to throw his son under the bus. I, on the other hand, in the past, haven't been so lucky. When someone who I should have been able to trust walked right up behind me and pushed me right underneath that son of a bitch. Because they had something that they wanted to protect. Because they had a secret that was embarrassing to themselves and others that were around them and are involved. So I give creepy Uncle Joe a little credit. At the very least, he showed some loyalty to his son. Was it the right thing to do? Hell no. He should have thrown that boy right under the bus, because all of his bullshit's gonna be exposed because he didn't. And here's the beauty of it. It's not just Uncle Joe who's going to end up being exposed by the time it's all said and done. Google the term exculpatory evidence and co-conspirators, and you will see just how beautiful this particular let's get someone else to volunteer to jump in front of the bus scheme really is. Anybody who's raised multiple children has seen this act before. One kid does something with the other kid and drags them into whatever it is they did, and one left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, and so forth and so on. And eventually, if it goes on long enough, they end up exposing themselves because they get so desperate to lay the blame on someone else or have circumstances arise that makes the whole thing go away. This is no different. I can appreciate a good con job because I've been conned myself. But eventually, if it happens enough times, you wise up. You realize the rules of the game and how it's played. So who's going to volunteer to jump under the bus? Well, if you've been paying attention, you will see, or have seen, that it's the Democratic Party. Because they have taken the bait, hook, line, and sinker, all out of desperation to cover up their own misdeeds. And they're going to drag the rest of everything that's been going on behind the scenes out into the open because of it.